Are you ready to get spooked?
I gotta drink my protein shake first, so hold on. Okay, we're back. So, today, I'm gonna tell you guys about the scariest thing that's ever happened to me in my whole entire life. Sorry, that was my dog. If you don't believe in ghosts, or, I don't know, demons, whatever the frick this was, you're not gonna believe my story. Where should I even get started here? I feel like I'm gonna have to draw some diagrams to show you what really went down. Back in the day, when I was in middle school, we used to live in this apartment, so it was my mom in one room, my brother in one room, and my sister and I shared another room. Now, I would walk home from school because it was like, I don't know, 700 feet away, super close. Now, in terms of how our house was set up, you'd walk in and you'd walk into the living room. Immediately to the right was the kitchen, not the kitchen, the dining room, and then right in front of that was the kitchen. But if you went into the living room and you wanted to go down to the bedrooms, you'd have to walk down this pretty long hallway. So at the end of the hallway was a door, and that door was my mom's room. And right to the left of that door was another door, which was my brother's room. And his door opened like this. Directly across from his door was my sister and my bedroom. So when I was going into my room, I'd have to turn the corner to get into our room. So I would pass, both of the other doors, turn the corner and get into our room. So one day, it's gonna get spooky, okay. One day, I was minding my own business, just got home from school. Usually I would just leave my stuff in my room, go to the kitchen, make food, and watch, TV, do whatever, just hang out. I walk in with my bag and I'm walking down the hallway because I'm heading to my room to leave my stuff so I can go eat. So I'm walking in the room and I'm about to turn to go into our room, but my brother's door is cracked open. And the way his room was set up was it was his door, and then his bed was against the wall, and to the left of his bed was a wall with a window and with his closet. And so his closet had mirrored doors. And at this point in time, my sister had, she'd gotten a black bob. So she had dyed her hair black, and it was relatively short compared to what it is now. So I'm turning the corner. My brother's door is cracked open, and when it's cracked open, you can see his bed. And on his bed was my sister, and it was so weird. She was just sitting on the corner of the bed, and I could see her from kind of the back of her and the side of her, and she was just sitting on the corner of the bed, right on the edge, just kind of crouched over with her hair covering her face. I was like, what the heck? You're weird. And I just, left my stuff in the room, didn't even think twice about it because I was like, what a freak, what is she doing? And I went, ate, did my thing, watched TV, eventually other people got home, blah blah blah, didn't think about it, went to bed. And then a few days later, I was sitting at the dining table and I was eating with my sister, and I was like, what were you doing in Paul's room? And she was like, what? And I was like, the other day you were being really weird in there, what were you doing? And she was like, what are you talking about? And I was like, you were sitting on his bed. You were hunched over on his bed. And she was like, what day? And I counted back and I was like, oh, on this day. And she was like, dude, I was at work at Circuit City all day. And I was like, what? And she was like, yeah, I didn't get home until late that day. That wasn't me. And I immediately started crying because I was like, okay, that was her. I saw, it was her hair, it was her, or I thought it was her. And then she tells me it wasn't her, so obviously I'm freaking out. I'm pooping my pants over here, and I'm like, dude, you're lying, just tell me it was you. She insists she wasn't lying. To this day, she still says she was at work that whole day, but I can't tell you what it is that I saw. I have no idea. The other day I was on Twitter and I saw this, it was like some guy put a wig on and he was like recording his room like on a camera, like Paranormal Activity. He's like dancing and twerking and stuff. And obviously I need to try to make this funny because I still am super terrified that this happened to me. So basically that video is probably that thing I saw after I went to the kitchen. But seriously, so scary. I think what terrifies me the most is that had his door been cracked open more, I would have been able to see like the reflection in the mirror. So I would have seen like the front of this thing. And just hell to the no. No, no, no. That's so scary to think about. I mean, it's scary enough that I saw it, but to think that I could have seen its like creepy demon ghost face. I don't even know what it was. I don't care what it was. It has stayed away from me since then. It was so scary that I, for years, you know, they always say like if something's like traumatic enough, you'll like block it out and you won't remember. I thought that was like not necessarily not true, but that it didn't like happen very often. And one day I was sitting there, we lived up in Highland, like in the Inland Empire, and my sister was like just sitting there with me in the living room, and just out of nowhere she's like, oh my god, remember that time you saw me, or like what you thought was me but it wasn't, it was like a ghost? And I'd forgotten about it. Like I blocked it out of my memory, and as soon as she said that, it like flooded back in and I started crying because it was like so scary. Anyway, that is not my only ghost story. I have definitely seen and experienced other things that are really creepy that if you're interested, I'd love to share. I really mostly made this video because I had a few friends who were really interested after I reposted that video of the guy dancing. So to you guys, I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope I explained it in enough detail. And I'm happy to share any of my other experiences, even though I probably sound crazy. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, and please don't forget to subscribe. Thank you, and goodbye.